What's up, y'all? Just headed over to get my second load, well, my first load for today. My third actual load. Saul and Ass got to go over here and pick up basically a 40-foot trailer with an air tank or gas cylinder hooked onto it, bolted to the frame. They said it's a flatbed, so, or open top. I don't understand. Just take a fifth wheel, so we'll see what happens when I get over here and get it. It's going down to Kentucky, so delivers tomorrow morning. I told them I'd run it through today, but they still build it for tomorrow morning, which is fine. Actually helps me out because I was unsure I would be able to make it down there and get it by the time it's supposed to be 8 to 3. It must be a job site or something. So come on, dude, get moving. Get on here. Maybe he's not getting over. Maybe he's getting off the timber lane. I don't know. Bone timbers, whatever. But I'll catch back up with you, but we're rolling again. I booked this load myself. Oh, now you want to fucking get over? You're going to sit there until I go by you. It's your own fault. You should have got over before, but yeah, I booked this load myself without no dispatcher because I don't need them taking money for me. So we'll see. Maybe I booked it a little shy, but I mean, it's what it is. My first time. I'm still new at this. It's going to take a while. I guess I'm going to start overbidding is what I'm going to do next time I call and they say, yeah, it's available. And I say, what's the rate on it? They don't give me one. They say, what do you quote it at? I'm going to quote it about $300 over probably. See where it goes from there. So I'll be back on the show, on the Chad Teagan YouTube channel. Up, y'all, just trucking here about down in Cincinnati. I'm getting ready to cross over to Kentucky. Just figured I'd kick you on real quick, see what's going on. I'm gonna probably have to get over one more time, then I'm gonna go over Florence and I'm gonna sleep there tonight because this is going to Carlton in the morning, and that's where the pilot is with the cheapest fuel, and I can get a shower. So my buddy, one of my best friends from when I was a child, lives down here not too far from Florence, so he's gonna come and pick me up, and I'm gonna meet him somewhere. We're gonna have supper together tonight, so that's what's up. I'm gonna hit you up on a time lapse. I'm gonna speed you up right here for now, so here we go. could just park here. I thought it was that place, but it was the Flying J farther, which I should have just kept going, but I told my buddy I was staying in Florence, so he would have had to come down farther. So I just grabbed a spot here. I mean, there's old reserve spots that are painted, but this stuff doesn't look like it's painted. Then there's brand new reserve spots that are painted. So I'm just gonna sit here. Unfortunately, I'm between two fucking reefers again, but it's what it is. Get this thing opened up, get me some air, just let it idle down here and cool off. Sorry I didn't shoot too much while I was trucking, but didn't really want to. I'll get out and do a walk around with you real quick and show you what we got going on though back here, because you ain't seen that either. So let's get out here. Let's get out here and check it out. Never know what you're gonna get when you grab some power only stuff. So we've hooked up to this little 40-inch drop deck. It's already preloaded, and this stuff has this stuff's bolted on there. So liquid nitrogen is what it is, a tank, and then yeah, like all the stuff's bolted on here. So that's that right there. Where that is, but it's only 30,000 is what the estimated weight was. So I thought, yeah, give me that thing, I'll take it. I don't mind that. So that's what I'm talking about. Freaking pulling this shit like ain't nobody business. Check out what's going on there. A little bit of splatter up there, but it's what it is. Yeah, this tank right here is empty. This is all mounted. There's bolts and stuff right up here for brackets. You probably couldn't see that one, but I checked when I first went over to pick this thing up. Where's that? Right there's a big one, see that? So that's right there. So this thing's all bolted down. You know, it didn't pull too bad. I didn't mind it. I mean, it's a little different on the turns and stuff because it turns pretty sharp since it's short, but it wasn't bad. I didn't mind it. It's air ride. This thing, when I got to the dude like, oh, this tire's flat, and it was like freaking cutting into right here is the mark right there where this was laying down on it and stuff. So they pumped it up, said we put 105 psi in it, and I said, that'll be fine. It's like, it says it takes 110. I said, yeah, but guess what, once I get rolling down the road and it gets some heat on there, it'll lift up some. So this goes about an hour maybe from here. I don't know. I turned the GPS off when I got to that pilot because I got tired of hearing her telling me to turn around and shit. So I got to go probably an hour and drop it off in Carlton, Kentucky off 71, and then I'm done. I got to find another load, and I'm going to try to head towards Columbus maybe if I can. That way I can make it over to that show in Mansfield or Ashland, the truck show in Ashland, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. So I'm here for the night. I ain't moving. I can't see no reserve spot on here, so I'm going to tell them to get fucked if they say something to me. You know me? Oh man, morning y'all. Let's do a quick one here. Talk about yesterday. As soon as I got in the parking lot, walked in the store, found a beer, came back out, grabbed my logs, started doing some numbers, crunching on the fuel and stuff like that, because I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to that shit. And then my buddy came and met me. I actually started walking, and then he picked me up on the road, and then we went down at 8 and hung out for a couple hours, had a good time. Came back, drank another beer, you know, hung out. And when I was doing my my math and stuff like that, I started searching for a load. So I got me a load already booked in Westchester going up to Clyde, Ohio. It's just an empty trailer. I'm shuttling up there. Once I drop this off, it's actually going to the gas place that owns this trailer. So I'm going to take it there and drop it off. Should be there around 8 if I leave right now, which I'm going to. Pulled in the fuel line and put $300 in and got 88 gallons and completely topped this bitch off. So that's what I'm talking about. Got gentleman next to me has a little bit of issue. I was on the fuel island filling up, and he pulled up next to me and was like, hey, well, I'm like, oh shit, you got an antifreeze leak? He's like, yeah, buddy. So I kind of helped him out and stuff like that. And it's a rubber hose hooked onto a metal thing that's broken. He's kind of screwed, but I just tried to show him where there was some dealerships around that he might be able to get his stuff taken care of at. But I'm getting ready to peel out. I just wanted to touch base with you real quick. Once I drop this, I'll be bobtailing back from Carrollton up to Westchester. about an hour and 15, 20 minutes, something like that. And then I'll grab that trailer and head up, and then I'll be back at home, so I'll catch up with you after a bit. Just dropped that little trailer off. That was fun. Dude come out and talked to me, got him to hand do a bill, and that was sweet. So I'm dispatched on my other load here. It should be about an hour, 19 minutes is what it said, 9:59, but I told him let me just go with 11 just in case I get stuck up in Cincinnati. Dude was cool as fuck. Come out, had a nice long beard. I said, hey, do you make moonshine or anything? No, I guess the moonshine down here. He just started laughing, but he was cool because he said that he worked for Cummins in the 90s and used to rebuild these trucks all the time. And I was telling him how I pulled the radiator by hand last summer, and he's like, yeah, I've done that before. So he'd been there. That was awesome. But yeah, always love meeting people out here on the road and stuff like that. Really cool on my adventures. And I'm on to the next one, then I'll be headed to the house, so I'll catch back up with you. Oh boy, we're back at the house. This thing is running great. Broke down the mileage and stuff like that, and the gallons of fuel that I used, and averaging 6.5 on this trip. Killing it in this truck. Pulling that little flatbed probably helped out a lot, and the bobtailing that I did probably helped out a lot. The fact that I just pulled an empty trailer probably helped out a lot too. So what I'm doing now is I'm just trying to take care of some of the things that are going on. I've got some splatter back in this region from the shifter housing is all blowed out, and it's been blowed out for a while, just never really leaked too bad to where, and since I was running local, I really didn't care that much, you know what I'm saying? But on Monday when I was coming home from Jersey, Pennsylvania-ish, I noticed that it was slinging really bad, and there was a ton. So I had checked the fluid and stuff, and then I had washed it on Tuesday. And I don't really like the fact that this thing has a ton of slop right here. Now you can see a seal down in there. You probably can't see it, but if you get down in there, and I've looked this number up that's on the side, 149D/117. Can't find anything on this. This says 5/14/81 is when this was built. So today when I was delivering that load, the little flatbed, I was talking to the guy that came out and just showed me where to put it and stuff like that. And he was telling me that he cut his teeth. He used to be a mechanic for Cummins, an actual certified, and that's all he worked on was big cams and stuff like that, and M Lemons when they first came out in the 90s and blah, blah, blah. And I was telling him about pulling the radiator and stuff, and he's like, yeah, I've done that plenty of times. So then I was asking him about this. And he's like, yeah, that bushing's probably shot this and that, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, you know, I can't find that. I wish I could have somewhat of a manual. That way I could read it, or at least have some kind of point of directions. But he's like, man, just pull it off. I'm sure you'll be fine, because I do have this other kit in here. Let's go in here, because when I redid Frank's stuff and got that new housing, I was going to rebuild the one and try to sell it, but then it was just too much for me because the one top was broke off and stuff like that. So I just said fuck it and threw it away, because that's just what happens sometimes. But I got two of these kits, and I took one down to James Pretty when I sold him a bunch of stuff. So I believe this right here, some of these that are in here would fit in that. So I probably will take that off, and I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna cut this package open real quick, and then we'll take one of those bushings out and see, because I did go and measure the shaft on Frank to see what if the shafts were the same size, because if the shafts are the same size, then these are the same size too, because Every time I see something on Facebook, people talk about the slop in their shifters and whatnot. They say, go get some brass bushings, blah, 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 and you can just redo them yourself. So I'm going to take one of these out, and I'm going to see if it'll fit on that shaft. If that's the case, then this seal that's in here would probably be this one. Is probably the one that I need. That is all blowed out and stuff. That's having the old issue. So, and I think it probably goes something like this, or I don't know. This one's got a seal in there. I don't know if that fits directly in there or not. Here's another one too. But yeah, and I was like, dude, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, there's probably just some roll pins you tap out. And there was a couple roll pins in here, and he specifically said that to me. So that made me think that, yeah, that's probably what it is. And old James Pretty was checking out with his guy that he does parts and stuff, and he says they don't make the seals no more. So I'm basically SOL. So if this, you know, hopefully this will work. But I'm gonna take this out real quick. Let's go out there and see if we can slap this over the side there, and if it'll work. So we need to get this taken care of. I don't want to get stopped and have a you know, roadside inspection and have some DOT officer flipping out on me. Yeah, that's perfect. So that bushing fits over there, and that would probably go in there, I would think. But yeah, this thing's all jacked up. Hold on, let's get you over here or something. Get you some radical anglage here. Yeah, you're falling all over because it's got a lot of slop in it. So yeah, I don't see why that wouldn't go in there, because that would. So okay, I probably can take that apart. The only issue is I got these wires or hoses in the way, so I'll probably have to grab something and peel them back like that and try to at least actually I'll cut that, pull these ones out the way, and then I'll get a bungee strap for that single one and throw it over. So I'll probably catch back up with you maybe after I pull that off. Stinks because I do have one gasket for that. I gave Garrett a transmission plate because I told him once he's got that housing like the one that's on Frank, you can't get those no more sitting on a truck in Savannah. So I took that to him. I said, hey, cut the cables and pull that thing off, you know what I mean? Because you could probably sell that for some money. And I don't think he's done it yet. And I should have kept that plate if he hasn't done it, you know what I mean? Let's walk out and grab our beer real quick because it's sitting out on the tire. Got the thing off. Go over what I did real quick because I didn't record any of this stuff because I don't really have time to piddle with the camera while I'm trying to do this. Had to come up under here and unhook this stuff, like, you know what I mean? So this guy could come out. Had to take my bolt out and stuff like that, all that good stuff, loosen that up, and then slide him back from back here. Had to unhook the stuff back here too, because that hooks up to that other stuff, and then just throw it over the side, you know what I mean? And then pretty much pop that bad boy off, and that thing come right out. And the interesting thing about that is I'm looking for my set of wrenches. Here they are. These right here is what I wanted. I think that's a 5/8 that's in there. Could be wrong, don't know. I just washed my hands in the cistern because they were super crubby and grimy and gross from this stuff. So what I need to do is untwist that wire so I can loosen that up and get that off. Then that whole thing will slide out. Then I can probably knock those bushings out or whatever's in there and see what all kind of BS goes in there, because I do know that there's one of these at least, you know what I mean? So that's probably going to go on this side. I don't know if there was ever anything up here or not. I need to clean that stuff up a little bit and check it out. So that's what I'm going to do. And then once I get it completely apart, I'll bring you back. I'm just not going to record all this stuff. There's just no point for me to leave a camera going for 15 or 20 minutes if I decide to take a break or my time. Yeah, I forgot that beer out on the tire, if you know what I mean. Sheesh. Well, I think my drill is fucking dead. I use this to water the garden. I've got that thing over there. I got this hillbilly jacked up situation stuff going on. Anyways, to do that, and I think I killed my drill because it's been overheating a lot. So these aren't the same because this is what come out of there. And they're not exactly the same from that bushing kit. But there was one nice seal in there that I put on this side. And this still had like a inner lining thing that was right in here. See that guy right there? He's kind of roached out. I put him back in there because he was kind of wobbling around on here, but I stuck him back in there anyways, just to do that because that's the kind of guy I am. Anyways, this is going to come out the front. So there was these type of smaller ones in there that are this size but smaller, and I don't think that would even go in there. Probably not, because that would be nice if that would go in there and be like the liner, but I doubt it because it's probably too big for that, and I don't think that won't go over there anyways. So what I did was I couldn't put that in there with the end sticking out, or the you know, if I couldn't get it to go in there like that because it wouldn't have worked. So basically flipped it around like that and pounded it in. And this side doesn't have a seal on it, but there was one seal, and this is the end that was leaking. This wasn't leaking as bad. I mean, it was loose and sloppy, but it never leaked like this side leaked, even though, you know what I'm saying, it's at the top, so it's really not that big of a deal. So the back end here, I did the same thing. I just basically pounded that in, but I took the seal and I put it in between there. There is that liner that's in this section right here, and I know this is all kind of hard to see. And I just did this, you know, because I was unsure about what to do. I couldn't even get these out at the beginning. I was using a flathead and trying to pound them out from the inside. Then I forgot, oh, I've got this guy. So I just hooked it in there and bam, popped it out real quick. It really wasn't too bad after I cleaned them out a little bit. And then put that seal in there. So this end's really super tight and nice. So this end will not leak. And this should tighten a lot of things up in that shifter besides, you know, what's in that section right there where it's all sloppy and shit. But you got all these, you know what I'm saying, that jerk around and stuff. So it's just one of them situations. But I just wanted to get you in here real quick. That way I could do this. So basically now I need to put this guy down here like this. Get this on here. And I can slide it the rest of the way in. Let me see if I can get you somewhere hooked up here. And then I'll slide that in real quick and maybe you can watch. I don't know. I don't know. Oh no, get out of there. Fucking flying my beer. Son of a buck. Yeah, so basically this needs to slide in the rest of the way because I'd already had it in one time, but then I remembered that there's this little hole right here where this guy goes and he screws right in there. And where'd you go? Where did you go? Give me that wire. I do believe that's it. And I'm gonna tell you what, they had this thing cranked in there, man. I had to get the freaking breaker bar out on it, and I thought, oh my god, I'm gonna break this thing. It was stinking cranked in there, and I didn't want to crank it too hard because I didn't want this thing to snap off or anything. You know, that's what I was worried about. I'm gonna pull it the opposite way, or try to at least. I don't know, it's kind of hard. Okay, that's probably good enough. I doubt it's going anywhere. I'm gonna put that wire on there and stuff, and I guess down the road if something happens I'll know what it is, you know. But yeah, that's not going nowhere. You know, that's a lot better. slop in there whatsoever. I don't know how long that seal will last, but I mean, you know, that's yeah, that's keeping that stuff out of there. You can see that right there, how clean that shaft is on both sides from that seal. So that's nice. And this side is just what it is. If I ever take this apart again, what I'll do is I'll run to the store and I'll get a seal that'll go around I'll take this thing with me and I'll actually take it into the store and I'll get a seal that'll fit around there, and then I'll take it, pound that out, or get another one, and I'll put a seal in there. That way I got a seal in there, if you know what I mean. Go on. Okay. Get this out of here. You're probably not seeing a lot of crap here. I'm probably going to end up cutting some of this out. Pretty much twist these two together and make sure that bad boy don't go nowhere, if you know what I mean. Because we don't want no problems. We don't like problems. We don't want no fucking problems. Especially this kind. Alright, I guess when I come back then I will I'll have it hooked up and we'll be ready to rock and roll, if you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure this will probably take care of the problem, and at least I know that I can take this apart and it's not really as intimidating or as big of a deal as what I thought it would be. So I'm happy about that, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I doubt that's going anywhere. Alrighty then, till we return. Alright, so there's your view. I took a razor blade and cleaned all that old seal off. Some of it ripped off, and when I was scraping it, so a little bit dropped down in there. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think that those gears will just eat that up since it's, you know, paper and stuff. Really not too concerned. I looked down in there, couldn't find it to dig it out. I mean, it was just a small section of a corner, so I don't think it's a problem. It's just what it is. Basically, put your gasket on here like so. You take your, oh no, it's all the way back here, son of a bitch. You take your, you get your stuff and you put it down in here like this. And that thing will just go. Alright, are you catching on? There you go, that's why. There we go. He's not in the middle. There you go, right in the middle. Now he's in the middle. A little bit of resistance here. Oh, there we go. That's why I just slide this thing forward, because he's right where he needs to be. He is right in the middle. He don't need to go anywhere else. So, and those will go down. Those springs in there. It's really quite simple. It's just some 4 bolts and stuff, you know what I mean. And then you screw them in. You already tied them. And we're gonna be good, man. We're gonna get this linkage and stuff hooked back up, and it's probably gonna be completely different because there's not gonna be any slop back here whatsoever. So we'll see how it does with the bushing job I did there. And you know what I mean, I think we'll be all right. I guess only time will tell. And we'll see. I mean, worst case scenario, I'll just paint shit black and look like it never happened, if you know what I mean. Let's get the old wrench out here on this and just give her the old once over with a hand tighten, like the hand tighten stuff, just to get the feel on it. Okay, you know what I mean, because you don't necessarily have to over tighten anything, but you want it to be tight enough. I don't remember what these specs are, because you don't want to over tighten the shit and then strip it out, because that's drilled down in there. So I need to get this, I need to wash it maybe tomorrow morning. If it's supposed to rain, I'm not sure if it will or not. I don't know, I haven't checked the weather or anything, so I can't exactly tell you if it's going to or not. Hopefully I still got, okay, at least got one mark there. Pretty sure that's the middle. That's straight down the middle. Give me this guy. Okay, right there. I bet it's like that. I don't know. I need to go up there and get that in there. That way I can make sure that's done too. I'll be back.